Hey guys,
What up? What up? What up?
what's good, party people? This is According to Woods, and I have the honor and privilege of having literally a pioneer in combat sports. She is the very first women's featherweight champion of bare knuckle fighting championships. She is the one and only Misfit, Christine Ferea. Yo, Misfit, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. Thank you for taking the time to speak with all of us here today. Geez, I mean,
Absolutely.
it's a long road that you've been on, and I mean, that road is paved in gold.
Yes.
It's an incredible career. Did you think you'd be where you are today when you first started?
Man, no, I didn't. I did not believe I would commit my whole entire being and every breath I take to combat sports. I fell in love with it, and the passion I have for it is incredible. Saved my life. It fucking makes me. I'll feel alive, have purpose. Keeps me healthy. I don't want to get knocked out, so I'm not eating bad. I'm drinking water. I don't put bad shit in my body. So it's like, if this is what it took to make me be a better person and be a healthier person. And I love it. And I owe my life to it. And I'll never leave this sport. I'm going to be a coach after. I'll just keep giving back to the younger and the up and comers.
No, that's it's amazing, And for people that aren't in this kind of combat sports circle, they're just like that seems like such a paradox, right? Such the opposite, where you're like, wait, fighting makes you a better person, you
Mm.
find a community in fighting, but it's very much that way, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you learn discipline, and the people, we're all athletes, and from different. For me, being a martial artist, I came from Muay Thai. So when I got into MMA, you're from Muay Thai, you're from karate, you're from wrestling, you're from jiu-jitsu, and it's a lot of the guys are. When I was coming up, were old school traditional dudes, hardcore, pretty tough nosed, like respect was a big thing and still is. And you have to learn, like, when you come in, a regular, I want to say civilian, a regular person that's not a fighter, and when you come into the gyms, it's just a different etiquette. So you learn that real quick, and when you get in the ring and you hit somebody as hard as you can, just know that you're going to get your ass kicked back. So like anything that you put out is going to come right back to you. And that's what you learn, that in the ring physically, and then you learn it mentally, and then you learn respect and not to talk shit about someone who's not as good as you or whatever, because then you got that next guy over there that's way better than you. It's just it's a great thing to to put your kids in, or even put yourself in, for the discipline and physical. I feel like I was talking to somebody the other day. I feel like people don't learn unless they're almost like physically, I don't want to say hit, but like we learn faster that way. When we're kids, we get spanking or whatever. Like I'm not against that. Like, don't beat your kid, but get her attention. Like you learn like that. Like, oh shit, I just got punched in the mouth. Don't keep my hand up. You know what I mean? Or shit, I just thought that person wasn't as good as me, and I underestimated them, and they beat my ass. So it's like you have to you just learn it, and then it carries on outside of the ring. And then it's championship behavior only. You know what I'm saying? You got to be a champion. You want to be a champion, you got to have champion behavior. So that's what I try to mimic. I watch other champions. I watch the ones before me in every sport, and I just want to be the best. And be the best person I can. I'm not perfect by far.
No, and nobody is. But
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
I often say and almost relate that the mats, whether it be boxing mats, jujitsu mats, whatever, right, or
Hmm. Yeah,
actually getting to that pinnacle of MMA or bare knuckle,
yeah,
it's the mats are the truth tellers. All the
yeah.
bullshit that you want to purport yourself to be. I had X number of underground fights that nobody's seen, and I'm a black belt under somebody that you've never heard of or whatever, get on the mats and all that shit just gets worked out,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh my gosh, yeah. If you cheated in training camp, it's gonna come out fight night. You could say I ran 3 miles, I did 6, I ran the hills, I went to, did my elevation runs, and you could be lying and act like you're working hard, but you cannot hide in a fight. You will be exposed. Period. If you can't cut corners, if you cut corners, you cheat this. Trust me, you're gonna pay for it. That's another thing is you can't hide in this. You can't cheat in this. There's no cheating, well, except steroids and all that shit, but still, like, steroids don't make you a better fighter, they just make you recover better. So I mean, if you don't put that time in, you're fucked. So yeah.
I couldn't have said it any better myself, and it's
Yeah.
all about edges, different edges and what have you. Now,
Huh?
I want to go.
What's
Oh,
up?
good.
What happened? Well, I ain't got none, bro. I got none, dog. I'm just in the gym right here. All right, homie. Sorry about that. I
No,
was gonna
you're
have to
good. You're
fucking
good.
fight right now.
That's what,
Some dude come up. I'm like, all right.
it's like I'm literally standing in front of a world class gym. I don't have anything that you need, but you you gotta
Yeah,
love it. You gotta love
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Now,
Sorry about that.
no worries. Now, in terms of like you getting your start in combat sports, what was it that led you to, first entering a gym? Because obviously there's easier ways to make money, than
Right.
fighting. So what was it that drew you in?
I so I I don't know. I don't know what draws me to fighting. I didn't like fight. Like, I like to fight, but when you're preparing for a fight, it's different than just fighting. Like, you're waiting a whole 2 months, and somebody's training for your specific strengths and weaknesses. So it's nerve wracking, and I don't understand why I love doing it, but I do. There's something that's got me. Um, but I started working out. I wanted a nicer body and stuff, and so I started working out like when I first got into it. But there was a fight gym inside the regular gym, and I was like looking at them. I was like, I'll beat those girls' asses. Like, oh fuck, I'm gonna try that out one day, right? So I wasn't losing weight anymore. So I go in there and I'm like, sign up for the week or get my free week or whatever. Go in, spar these girls, and they beat the living shit out of me. They're like half my size, and I'm kicking me in the face, fucking sweeping me. It was a Sancho gym and Muay Thai gym, so they were like catching, sweeping me. I fucking flying in the air. I'm getting up like, come on, bitch. Like, but for some reason, I loved it. They kicked my legs so fucking much that my legs were black and blue. Like, I had no car then, so I had to walk home on that shit. Like, I remember like all this, like walking home from the gym, just like, damn, like the rush of a lifetime. Like, it was worth it. I would walk there or walk home. It was probably like a 4 mile walk, 5 mile walk. So man, it was that's what really got me into it. I was like, fighters have fucking nice bodies. Like, I love their bodies. So, and then when I started getting into it, getting my ass kicked, I wanted to get better to beat their ass, So it took a long time. Took a long time, and these little Filipino girls were beating the shit out of me, you know, mm-hmm. For a long time. Um, yeah, I eventually went back, and like a few years after I went back, and I held my ground better.
No, for
you
sure.
know,
But I mean,
yeah,
it's amazing how the shift happened, mentally. Like you went from
yeah,
like, lifting weights, doing your cardio, and then you're like, I can beat those chicks' asses and whatever, and then coming in
yeah.
and they smoke you, and that's the
Oh
kind of
yeah,
terminology of smoker, right? They
yeah,
smoked you, but you came back and walked
yeah,
home
yeah.
and walked back.
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, yeah. And then so they signed me up for my first smoker 3 months into my training because I was so fucking aggressive. I was so aggressive and so mean. They're like, we're putting this girl in. I didn't lose any of my fights, like any of my amateur fights and smokers. I didn't lose any. I went in there and just went ham. I just like knee, punch, kick, and it was like a street fight to me because I was like more. from the streets. You know what I'm saying? So like, I didn't have that control. I had that dog, that crazy in me. You know what I'm saying? Like survive, not like, oh, this is sport. You know, use good technique, and that was not in my fucking mind. I was like, kill this girl as fast as I can. That's, you know what I mean? That's how I fought until like
Uh,
later.
well, you say fought in the past tense, right? That's how you fought, right? But I mean,
Yeah.
anybody that's seen any one of your fights, you know,
Yeah.
it's funny because you call yourself the Misfit, but
Yeah.
and yes, that is a love of the great punk rock band, the Misfits, that you have tattooed on your kneecap.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
here's the thing: you're uniquely suited and skilled for bare knuckles
I
specifically
am.
because you are absolutely ferocious. Like you
Yeah.
just have an unrelenting presence, that got you to championship gold. And I can't wait until you get back into the contention. But where does that inner fight, that warrior, come from?
I don't know. I don't know where it comes from. It's in me. It's not something that like I was trained. It's more like they were trying to get that out of me. Like a lot of coaches are like, calm down, you need to calm down, which I don't like completely. I'm like, just fucking work with me. Learn, teach me how to control it. Don't take that, don't try to take that out of me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's me, and that's another thing I want to tell like these young and upcoming fighters is like, don't let them take that fighter from you. You know, I'm all about technique. I'm all about learning. I'm all about discipline. But you got to keep that crazy when you're an active fighter. You know what I mean? Or else you're gonna get mopped up by someone who has it. Straight up. Um, I I still have it. I still have that crazy in me. Um, but I want to like I wanted to smooth it out a little bit because I would look at I would look at some of my past fights and I wouldn't like how like sloppy I would get. I don't want super sloppy. I want nice composed counters, angles, swivels, head movements. You know what I mean? Just like rolling, coming under, coming up. Just I want skill. I want to go back and look at myself evolve over the years. Yeah, I started out wild, but then you see me get more polished. That's what I want. But that fire, I want to make a name for myself. I want to stand out. I want to be different. I'm gonna have my own gym. I'm gonna teach. I'm gonna bring up fighters. So right now, I feel like I'm building that for my future, for my kids' future, for my family. My mom gets like super, super duper old. Like I want to be able to take care of her. That's my main focus is being able to take care of my mom and make sure she's okay and comfortable and not, having to live on a social security check and worry, So that's where the fire really comes from is just fighting for my family. I'm not gonna, that's why I get so crazy too. People are like, damn, you are fucking ruthless and mean. Yeah, because you're trying to take my food. You're trying to take what I need to give to my family. And when we're in that, if you're leading up to fighting me and during the fight, it's gonna be nothing but pressure and I'm just gonna be in your face, in your head the whole time. You know what I mean? And it's nothing personal. This is it. I leave it in the ring. I'll buy you a drink after. I'll kick it with you unless you're just a douchebag. You know what I mean? But I'll chill. It's not personal. I'm not going to go to your house and beat you up or your family. I don't bring family into it. I don't talk shit about people's coaches, like, or your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whatever you have. I don't do that. It's all respect, but at the same time, I have to go to a different level with my opponent. So once I sign a contract when I'm fighting you, you're my enemy, straight up. You know, yeah,
No,
you have to, you know.
I couldn't agree anymore myself. I mean, Albert Morales, who's a former UFC veteran and now uh, basically the 135-pound champion for lights out extreme fighting, he says, I don't even talk to anybody in my weight class at all
I
because,
know you shouldn't,
you know,
you
you
shouldn't,
can't. You can't
you
build up a
can't.
friendship or whatever because at some point, some
Nah,
whatever, the promoter doesn't care, and
And
they're
I
gonna put you up against each other.
and I've turned on people. I'll turn on you. Like you're my opponent. Like I flip in my head. I'm like, I don't know you. You are now an enemy. And people are like, what the hell? That's why I won't ever fight Tiffany Van Soos again because we're friends now. And I'm like, I can't fight you. I would never fight you again. You're my fucking friend. Like I love that girl. Like I could not. I don't care. Like she beat me. I don't care. I don't want it back. You can have the W. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a shit. Like a friendship's more important than me turning on you and ruining that for you know what I'm saying. So that's and then I kind of spoke to Helen a little bit and I flipped on her because I don't know how these bitches be like, hi, how are you? Okay, I'm gonna fucking fight you now. Like I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they're just like, no, I have to hate you. Sorry. Like it's
Yeah.
not emotional, but at the same time, it's you're still my enemy. You know, I don't know how to explain it.
No, no. I mean, it's funny because Aaron Vincent said Misfit, my homegirl, right? And
Oh, what's up, G?
Travis, yeah, man, he's in here. Travis Folk says the champ is here. The champ is
What's
definitely
up,
here.
Travis?
Yeah, man. Mad
Yeah,
love. It's in your DNA. That's all you
yeah,
got to explain it. And
yes, yes, it is.
absolutely, you've got it broken
Yeah,
down to the science, and you're a
yeah.
mad scientist at that. So, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. And then Travis also saying there's levels to this, and she's a very, very high level indeed. Yes,
Thank you.
champ is here.
Thank you.
And Jesse Velasquez saying you need technique and the aggression in martial arts, so equal parts. Because
Yes, I agree. I agree.
it's a brutal art.
Yeah,
It's a brutal art form for sure.
yes, absolutely.
So yeah, dude. So talk to me about that Helen Peralta fight. Obviously, it was one of the most ferocious fights that bare knuckle fighting has ever seen, right? And
Yeah.
every bit the title fight it should have been, but it was kind of marred in controversy. But talk to me about your thoughts on that fight.
Uh that fight, man. And that fight I believe it was a very close fight. I believe she's a very tough woman. Um she, she could take hits to the head like like no one. So I don't believe she did enough for that fight. It, the judges really fucked that up. So she didn't beat me for one. If anything, if it the worst it should have been is a fucking draw. You know, she I don't know. I countered, I was aggressive, I dropped her, I displayed more abilities, more IQ. I displayed everything above her. She got a better knockdown than me. It was more vicious, but I got up. It's not like I fell on my knees, got up, and went back and fucking rocked her. I fucking rocked her like 5 seconds after. Boom, came over with the uppercut. She said, "Doom." So like there was nothing she did to win that fight. Like I won 3 out of 2, and I had Las Vegas commission look at it, a couple of them, and just so I'm like, dude, I don't want any bias. Fucking tell me. Like I felt like I won it, but let me see from an outside because I know I'm biased about myself. Look at this fight, and they're like, who the fuck judged this? You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, ugh. Like I don't know what happened there. Judges aren't perfect, but I just know it taught me a lesson to never never leave my fate in someone else's hands because I wanted to go be an undefeated bare knuckle fighter, which I still am in my mind because that bitch didn't beat me. You know what I mean? So yeah, and I don't mean any disrespect to a certain extent, but I'm a little upset with her right now. So and we'll be that'll come out in a few days or a week or so. So. Mm.
Ooh,
Uh,
ooh. Yeah, and
yeah,
Travis Folk says war, war, all caps
yeah,
rage, man.
yeah. No, it's war.
So
It's war. It was a. I made mistakes. I broke both my hands in that fight. So I broke this hand here, and then I broke my wrist, and then a little fracture in my pinky. So like, there's no excuse. I was still hitting her, but there wasn't as much on it. So trust me, my hands, like, I got, like, I'm right now. They're like, I'm fucking my shit up right now. So my hand, whenever I connect to someone's face, I don't think they're gonna be able to stand. To be honest with you, one shot, I don't know. Just the way I'm hitting, and the condition. I didn't do this kind of conditioning last time. The whole bare knuckle. That taught me a lesson. And my hands will. I highly doubt they'll break again. If they do, wow, that person's got a, without them going to sleep, they got a hard head. Like,
Yeah, no, and the proof is in the pudding. I mean, your career is almost synonymous with your hands and knockouts, and um, yeah, it's weird that she was still standing after it, but it definitely shows the toughness that she has, you have,
oh
and
yeah, she's very
I
tough.
mean,
Yeah,
literally that it could have went all 5 rounds, and they would have. It was just it was a war. It was a war.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. I just can't wait to get my hands on her again. And show that it was a fluke, because it was. That girl is in no way, shape, or form better than me in any area. And I think, like, when I knocked her down with that jab, I was just like, okay, I got this. It's coming. You know what I'm saying? And then when she came on, Angry Bird, and caught me, it got me. So that's my lesson learned. You know what I'm saying? No matter who's next, whatever I do, um, trust me, I'm going in like I'm not even gonna let you breathe this time. I let her breathe, and I shouldn't have. So
Yep. You know what? Lessons learned. Lessons learned.
yeah.
And but Travis is saying hashtag Misfit for life. Hashtag battle tested, and that you
So
are.
yes,
Which
yes, absolutely.
which I gotta obviously you've had a long and illustrious career in combat sports, and you've had
Yeah,
so many people basically support you and
yeah, yeah.
follow your career. So what do you have to say to your fans?
Oh man, I love my fans. They help me. Like, there's days that I'm just like, and they bring me up. So, like, and I don't know, like, people don't appreciate the fans, or if they don't, like, the fighters and stuff, man. There's days that they bring me up, literally, that I'm like, shit, like, they know that I'm going to keep going. They support me every day. They support me when I lose. The ones that don't bounce out, when I have lost, and they stay by, stay, being great fans and shit. Like, I just appreciate it. And when I go in there, I think of that. When I'm fucking tired as hell, or when I'm in training tired as hell, I just keep going, because I know that I gotta win. I gotta, we got it. Like the you know, Misfit takeover. Like, we gotta stay strong. Like, some of us get held down. Some of us don't have, like, opportunities, or we get looked at down, we get looked down on, or whatever. Like, I just feel like I want to be that person that came from that and rose above, and it showed that it's possible. Even a little troublemaking kid, locked up, doing all this shit, like, you could make it out. You could become the opposite. In the shit that you look at these fucking people, like, you're like, damn, how did that person get that? Or how is that person so good? Like, if you try every day, you can do it. If you want to lose weight, if you want to get off drugs, you want to stop drinking, you want to stop smoking cigarettes, you want to eat better, you want to be more attractive, you want to, whatever, you can be whatever the fuck you want. Like, from where I came from, and I started like 23 years old. You know what I mean? Like, that I competed for the first time, and I'm, I, even though I'm a little bit older, like, I still, people don't believe I'm my age. You know what I'm saying? People are like, what the hell? Like, but I don't look at my age. I don't put limits on myself. I don't think that, oh, since I didn't start this at 5 years old, I'm not going to be great. As long as I put in the time and the hard work every single day, that's what matters. You know what I'm saying? If you were a fuck up in school, and been a fuck up most of your adult life, you can still change it. You can still be the opposite if you try. It's a lot of hard work, and you're gonna get looked at like you're stupid 90% of the time, but one day you're gonna get that respect. So like the fans, I just know that a lot of fans come to me. They're like, "Damn, you give me hope. You give me this." Even like fighters are like, "Oh, when I get tired or I don't want to keep pushing, I just look at your videos." So it makes me want to post more and be positive. And that's something I was completely. I was a negative, mean ass person at one time. Like is in terms of like the world like kind of made me bitter. So I was just like, fuck everybody. Like, what, you want to fight? You want to fight? Like everybody, you know what I mean? So like, I'm the opposite. Like, I've always had that within though. That was deep within me. It just I tapped into it. I started changing my life, and then I'm seeing what the things I'm capable of. When I made better decisions in my life. So that's why I keep going. And the fans just they motivate me a lot more than they know. I appreciate
Absolutely.
them.
Yeah. And Aaron says, we love you too. We all
Uh,
do. We just, if you think that you're angry at the world or were angry at one time, dude, that's not the world that the Misfit is living in now because
no,
we love
no,
you.
absolutely not. Thank you,
Yeah,
man.
absolutely. What you've done for this sport is greatly appreciated. You
Thank
are
you.
in your prime,
Yeah,
and
I am.
he feels for the ladies of BKFC because you got to face the Misfit, So
Hey,
and just
Paige
all
been
hands up.
set. Hey, Paige been set. She
Damn
freaking.
right.
But you know what? She let her fight the people at the lower level, whatever, and she's still gonna have to get these hands. She's still gonna have to catch them. So you're gonna have to face me one day. So I mean, unless she retires before then, and she will retire after me, I guarantee that. They're not gonna give me her. Mm-mm. But she's welcomed. If she has the fucking lady balls to do it, then get your ass in here. Get your ass in here. I support every woman in combat sports. I'm not hating, but you will have to fight a real fighter. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
There's only
If
so
you
much you
want
can
that
do to pad
title.
your record.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, they're gonna protect you for a little while, but it's not gonna be. You can't be protected forever. You know what I'm saying? And I should probably pray for my damn retirement, but that's not happening anytime soon. I feel great. Just saying.
Dang right. Now, I mean, for the people that have kept you fighting great and feeling great through your fight camps, your entire career, your sponsors and everything. This is your time. Let's get some shout outs out of the way.
Oh, shout out to Rude for one, and Veteran Farms, man. I'm fueled by him. He keeps me above water right now, and I really appreciate him. He's a vet, retired vet, and man, he's given a lot for our country. By the way, also Never Tap Canada, um, yeah, DLX Boxing. That's the gym I'm in now. They're awesome. Ray from Las Vegas. There's a lot of guys that help. So many people that help me, day to day, that keep me in the gym and keep me motivated and strong and knowledgeable. The boxing world is amazing. I love it. I love the hard work. I love the technicalities of it, the IQ, everything. I've learned so much. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Right? Oh yeah, healthy one. Uh, that's my supplement company. Um, Yeah. So I don't have this written down. Usually I have it like I'm in my house and I have my big poster that I could see all my sponsors. But sorry guys if I forgot you. I'll put you in the in
Yeah,
the
well,
in the topic. Yeah.
in the comments. Yeah, well, it's
Yeah,
all
yeah.
going down in the comments for sure. But I mean, to follow the life and styles of the Misfit, right? To see who these sponsorships are and what have
Yeah.
you. Where can people
Yeah.
find you on social media?
Instagram is at Christine Ferea is my name. Same thing with Facebook, Christine Ferea. That's all I have. I don't like Twitter. It's too damn negative. I cannot hang with. I tried Twitter, and I actually got my following pretty high, and I was like, I'm done. I couldn't do it. I can't. I try to surround myself with more positivity because I'm sensitive to my surroundings. It like things people don't realize how uh how much things will affect your mental, like it's the little things and people don't fucking realize it. Like I am so weird. Like even in my camps, I don't do anything with anybody. Like I don't want nobody's energy on me. Like I don't want your weakness. I don't want your negativity. I don't want you. Oh, you need to rest. I'm like, dude, my poor mom, dude. She hit me up. She's just like, I was like, yeah, I took it easy today because I had a little bit of an injury. She's like, oh, I'm glad. And I'm so crazy. I'm like, don't encourage weakness. Why do you encourage me to take a easy day? I'm like, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just like, because I was, preparing for Helen. And I'm like, Mom, no. And I was like, shit. And then my wife's like, dude, why did you say that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm fucking crazy. I'm sorry, Mom. So yeah, I had to apologize. She's like, it's okay, honey. I know how you get, So yeah, I just, yeah, it's crazy. So, yeah, keeping your surroundings, another thing, keep your surroundings positive, even if you got to let people go, family, even family. I keep some at arm's distance,
Well, again, it's brought you to championship levels of
Yeah.
performances and everything. So you're doing something completely and utterly right, 100%,
Yeah.
100%. But dude, thank you for taking the time to speak with us today.
Yeah. Thank you.
No, I appreciate it, and we can't wait. Yeah, you've got a fight coming up, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I do. Yeah, with details, I'll be announcing some details soon.
All
So
right, all right.
I'll
So
be
again, you
all
got to
right.
check her out on Facebook and Instagram to check that exclusive stuff from the
Yeah.
Misfit. Bam! This has been According to Woods with the Misfit, Christine Ferea, and we are out. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.